Good morning, guys. Today, let us talk about pointers and functions in C. C function may use pointer as an argument, which means that the argument itself is passed by reference. And the C function may also return a pointer. The function test here requires an integer pointer. Function test here requires a character pointer and it returns a character pointer. Please note the variable m is affected by the function test. And m may or may not be modified within the function test. So let us see a couple of programs in C to see this concept in action. Let us write a C function using pointers to multiply a number by 100. So the function name is mul100 and the function accepts a integer pointer. So the function mul100 accepts a integer pointer here. Within the function definition, let us make use of the integer value and multiply it by 100. Now let us write the main function. So let us make use of scanf to accept a number from the user and call mul100 to multiply this number by 100. So when we call mul100 as an argument to this function, it expects an integer pointer. So let us pass the address of x. and let us print the result. So we have written a function called as mul100 which accepts a integer pointer. The value is multiplied by 100 within the function. Within the main function, we get an integer from the user, call the function mul100, pass in the address of the variable x, and print the result. Let us build and run the code. With 20, I get 2000. So if you see in this program, the argument is modified. Let us see another program. Let us write a function to find the shortest of two strings. Let's this time write a function that returns a character pointer. Let's call it shorter. And the function shorter takes in two arguments, which is a character pointer, first string, and the second string. So let us compare the length of both the strings, and whichever is smaller, let us return that string. So let us have a if condition. If string length of s1 is less than string length of s2, let us return s1. Else, let us return s2. Okay, so let us write the main function now. And pass in two strings to this function shorter. So let us have a character variable, a character array, in fact, size 80. And let's have another character array with size 80 as well, to represent our two strings. And let us get those two strings from the user using fgetS. So it accepts S1, the string to be stored, and the length, which is 80, and the standard input, which is the terminal. Similarly, let us get our second string S2 and pass the two strings to our shorter function. Now shorter returns a character pointer. So let us have a character pointer, say yes, and assign the value returned from shorter to yes, and print yes. So we have written a function called a shorter that takes in two strings, compares both the strings, and returns the smaller of the two. Within the main function, we accept two strings from the user using fgetS, call the function shorter and pass in both the strings and assign it to yes, and then print the result. Let us build and run this code. So let me type my first string, hello. Let me type my second string as hello world, and I get the shorter of the two, which is hello. So in this program, we have two strings actually passed to the shorter function, and these arguments are not modified. The previous program, if we see, the argument passed to the function mul100 is modified. Here, the arguments passed to the function are not modified, S1 and S2. Let us write a function to convert uppercase to lowercase of all the characters in a string. So let us call the function name as uppercase to lowercase, and let this function accept a character pointer yes. Since this function is going to convert all the characters from uppercase to lowercase, let this function be a void function and not return anything. So let us define the function and convert all the characters in the string from uppercase to lowercase. So within the function, let us get all the characters. So let us have a while loop and get in all the characters. For each input character, let us call the function toLower. So toLower is a function that is available in ctype.h. So let us include that. toLower of the character. And increment the address. Now in the main function, let us get a string from the user and convert the uppercase to lowercase. So let us declare text to be a character variable or character array. Size 80, and let us get the input using fgetAs function. So once we get the text input from the user, let us call the function uppercase to lowercase represented by uc to lc and pass in the string. And let us print the converted text. Okay, so we have the function. This function converts uppercase to lowercase. And within the main function, we call the function and pass in the text. In line 17, we print the text. Let us build and run this code. And we get the lowercase of the uppercase text. Okay, guys, so in this program, we have passed in the text to this function, and essentially the argument that has been passed to this particular function has been modified. Let us see one more program and write a function to encode a text. Let's call the function name as encode that accepts a character pointer, and let us pass the plain text pt to this function. Let us have this function return a character pointer so that we can print the encoded text. So let us have this function return a character pointer and accept a character pointer as well. So within the function, let us write the logic to encode this plain text with ciphertext. So let us get all the characters of the input string. And have a if condition and check if the character is a alpha. So there is a function called as isAlpha in ctype.h. So let us include that library. And let us call isAlpha of the character. And if the character is an alpha, let us increment the character by 5. Otherwise, let us print the character. Okay. Now, guys, since we are encoding the plain text, we would not like to actually change the plain text within the function. So let us have a buffer represented by CT for the ciphertext. And declare our buffer here. The character buffer CT of length 80. So in fact, as we get the individual characters, we can fill in this buffer one by one with the encoded value. So we can essentially say this as rather not pointer CT, or rather CT of I, and initialize I as an integer with the value 0. So this is star not CT, PT, which is our plain text, plus 5. Otherwise, CT of I will be equal to star VP. And we can increment I and increment the plain text. Next character in the plain text. And finally, we can return TP. So inside main, we can get a text from the user using fgetS, text of length 80 from the terminal, and let us declare the text above as a character array of length 80, and call encode and pass in text. So as encode returns a character pointer, let us define a character pointer as result and save the result in the variable result. Finally, let us print the encoded text. Okay, guys, so we have our encode function which encodes our plain text within the function and returns the ciphertext. Within the main function, we ask the user to actually type the plain text, pass in the text to the encode function, and save the result in the variable result, and finally print the result. So here, guys, in this particular function, we see that the function actually accepts a pointer argument. So the pointer argument is a string, and the string is not modified within the function. Okay, so let us build and run this code. Okay, so we have a warning. It says address of stack memory associated with local variable CT written, right? So guys, we have a warning over here saying that address of stack memory associated with local variable CT written, and we are returning CT. We need to actually ensure that since this particular variable is a local variable from within the function and we are returning it outside here, we need to make this variable a static variable so that the value is retained. Okay, let's build and run the code now. And we have our ciphertext. So guys, so that was some couple of examples using pointers and functions in C programming language. So that is all for today's class, guys. Let us see with another topic in the next class. Thank you.